The following video will cover the basic techniques required to successfully install MDC's Slate FX. MDC Slate FX is composed of both a base and effect coat. The base coat provides a color, and the effect coat is a clear coat that has a flex suspended in it. The base coat can be applied by either spray or rolling. Spray with an airless sprayer using a 515, 517, or 519 tip. The tip size may vary depending on the application. In this video, we are using a 517. All filters will remain in the gun. Use a standard painting technique to ensure 100% coverage. For the effect coat, you need a compressor that will output 6.9 standard cubic feet of air a minute at 90 psi. From the compressor to the pressure pot, you'll need a 3/8 inch interdiameter hose. Standard length of this hose is 50 feet. Your pressure pot needs to be a minimum 90 psi and dual regulated with a main shutoff, fluid shutoff, and quick disconnect. From the pressure pot to the gun, you need a 25-foot 5/16 inch air line and a 3/8 inch fluid line. Finally, at the end of the hose, you need a gun. All settings are based on the Binks 2100 or 2001 with external mix air cap, 63 PB or 66 SK air cap, with a 565 needle and a 66 SS fluid nozzle. You can also use the CA Technologies Lynx, also known as the Lynx Multicolor L100C with a 1.8 fluid nozzle. Follow the detailed application instructions and safety precautions. Apply the suitable primer for the substrate being painted. For drywall, use a 100% acrylic primer sealer. For Slate FX, a tinted primer can be used. Apply 1 to 2 coats of base by brush, roll, or spray until uniform and complete coverage is achieved. When the base coat has dried, hold up the control sample to make sure it is a color match. The base coat must look like a perfectly completed paint job, uniform in color and sheen. Once base coat has dried, set up the conventional spray system. Hand stir all contents and box material. Do not use a mechanical mixer or shaker. Pour directly into the pressure pot. Do not strain and do not thin. Turn off airflow by setting the air adjusting regulator to 0 and turn up fluid pressure. The fluid, air, and fan control knobs on the gun must be set to fully open. Pull the trigger until a steady stream of paint flows from the gun. Adjust both fluid and air pressures, with fluid set at 35 psi and air set at 50 psi. With the gun 15 inches from the wall, spray Slate FX at a fast rate with a 50% overlap. Begin by triggering the gun away from the surface being sprayed. Hold the trigger fully open at all times and do not release the trigger at the end of each spray stroke. For the typical wall, spray vertically. Do not spray horizontal or with the crosshatch method. If you cannot reach ceiling to floor in one non-stop spray stroke, spray upper section, climb down, and spray bottom section, using a quick arcing feathering motion where the two areas join. After applying one quick pass, compare fleck density on the wall to the fleck density on the control sample. If more fleck is needed, apply one more quick pass. At this point, finish should be complete. Troubleshooting: too dark or too heavy. If the effect coat has been applied too heavy, the density of the dark fleck will look uneven and cover up too much of the base. The only fix is to reapply the base and using a much quicker spray stroke, reapply the effect coat. Striping: this usually occurs if the effect coat was sprayed at a slow rate or the tip of the gun was too close to the wall. This usually requires reapplying the base and effect coat using proper technique. For more information on any of the MDC finishes, please go to mdcwall.com or call 800-621-4006 extension 4.